Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing, all of these things do help out the channel. An immense thank you really though to everyone who leaves a like or who leaves a comment every single day. I do appreciate it, even just for trying to help the channel. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first of all, I need to mention something. Over the weekend, a lot of my NFTs were actually stolen from me. I was actually robbed. It was a really big thing on Twitter. I was trying to get help for it, but I think there is no actual help. So instead of crying about it, I think the easiest thing to do is to basically tell all of you, as many of you are here, are listening, are watching, hello to all of you. I know it's nearly impossible to try and be 100% vigilant all the time, but don't click on things for the sake of clicking on them. If you're trying to buy something, acquire something, especially digital or NFT-able, make sure that you're getting it from the correct link. I thought mine was. They pulled out all the stops. The Twitter had around 38,000 followers. There were a bunch of tweets and posts from this actual thing that I was trying to get. Lo and behold, nope, it was not real at all. But this is happening all over the place. I saw a lot of other people saying that it also happened to them. It's a really weird and terrible feeling because it doesn't seem real at first. But then you realize very quickly, no, it actually is. And I would even more so suggest, I know a lot of people, it may not be their cup of tea, but try to go through a cryptocurrency exchange or some place that's actually fully backed and fully insured and all these other things, should you lose your actual belongings. Yeah, once again, not to spend too much time on this. It's more of a, please make sure to look out for what you have, get a ledger if you have one. It's funny, I actually have multiple ledgers, but here we are. And for those of you asking, I saw people asking on Twitter as well. I couldn't get back to everyone. Sorry about that. My stuff was not on a ledger. I planned on moving it at some point, but in my mind, it was kind of like, okay, it's there, just sitting there. But we'll hopefully not be making that mistake again. Also, into the news as well, and it's really funny because this happened exactly when my robbery happened. The Bored Ape Discord server was hacked yet again. Many Discords are hacked every single day. This one happened to just coincide with my problems, and people also lost, it says 145 NFTs were stolen just from the Discord alone, and more and more keeps on happening every single day. Like I said, I mean, I don't really know exactly what to say in this instance. I think it's actually quite difficult to even put it into words, but as much as you can, try to secure your assets. Once again, I know a lot of people, it may be the opposite of what they want, but I would actually recommend keeping a large portion of your stuff. It can even be on different cryptocurrency exchanges that are actually verified, that are, you know, FDIC insured, what have you, because it's not a very nice feeling. I think the worst thing for nearly everyone would be to accumulate something, and then you get to the point where, you know, you feel comfortable with what you have, or at some point you might want to cash out, and then you look and it's not there anymore. It's a very not good feeling. Yeah, so the Bored Ape Yacht Club was the one that made it into the most news. I think this is the second time that this has happened. This happens across the board. It's more of a, we live in such a digital world, and it's very easy apparently to create and execute a malicious smart contract that kind of just wipes everything when people aren't paying attention, because, you know, you don't have it in your hand, so you can't see if someone takes it as you're walking down the street. It's simply something happening in the background. But yeah, just everyone, please watch out. Try and shuffle your stuff around. I would recommend even today, to more secure places, get in contact with cryptocurrency exchanges to see if they can actually hold the NFTs that you have, if you feel more comfortable in that way. It's not financial advice. It's more of a security advice to make sure that what happened to me does not happen to you. Yeah, and getting off of that topic, let's move right along. In upbeat news. See the switch I made there? It says Bitcoin finally ends its longest bearish streak. Yeah, it's been 9 weeks, if you can actually believe it. I think it actually feels exactly like 9 weeks as well. It doesn't feel like anything is wrong there. Every single week, Bitcoin kept on ending in the red. And depending on which side you were looking at, both of them are relatively similar. The idea is Bitcoin needed to capitulate. Bitcoin needed to fall down. Bitcoin was in the throes and passions of emotions of the rest of the world markets, and therefore needed to consistently be down in general. The other side-esque being that Bitcoin ending multiple times, historically, 9 weeks in a row in the red. Was it gearing up for some type of a price move upward over the course of the summer? As we've seen kind of both camps screaming loudly in the last couple of days as to where Bitcoin is going to go. We have the Arthur Hayes group of people who are talking about that Bitcoin looks a little shaky, that Bitcoin could be ready to fall back to around, I think they keep quoting $22,000 to $25,000. They believe that that is the ultimate bottom. That at that point, Bitcoin will have Bitcoin holders and users and collectors and investors will be like, that is way too cheap. The buy up will begin to happen. We'll swiftly make it to $100,000 within the next sequence of months or events. Usually people are saying the end of this year, the beginning of next year, or the other side being that we have currently already bottomed, that this was kind of it. We saw the worst of the capitulation because basically we keep trying to fall back down to 28, 29,000. The moment that happens, we go back above 30 and or $31,000. So it's kind of, hear me out here, a grain of salt, good news all around. We have felt the effects of the Federal Reserve raising the interest rates. We know that they are buying back or selling off a lot of the securities and equities that they were buying. Over the course of the last 2 years, the stock market was rattled, but then was slightly unrattled as a lot of people were like, oh, we were actually overpricing stuff, as JP Morgan and many other banks were saying. They were talking about that the market was pricing in a 0.75% rise in interest rates when it was only going to be 0.5%. It says Bitcoin mega whale holdings touch a 1-year high as Bitcoin jumps past $31,000. Yes. Guess who's been buying up the cryptocurrency in the background? It's not the guppies. It's not the seals. It's not the lobster crabs. It's been whales once again. What? Insane. Cannot believe it. It happens all the time. So why should this time be any different? Yes, as prices continue to fall, we also had news it's been about 2 or 3 weeks or so. I think prices touched 27,980 one day. It was one of those weird number days. And apparently the accumulation that day was so strong. That's actually the reason why we ended up moving back up. A lot of the market is, I think, unquietly anticipating a rapid movement up in prices. You've seen it. Everyone's talking about it. $31,000 once again makes logically not a lot of sense. If we hit 20,000 in 2017 with no real adoption and just hyper speculation, the amount of countries who are integrating and using Bitcoin, $31,000 seems like an absolute joke. And a lot of the larger players in the game are basically saying the exact same thing. This is why we keep getting these calls for a $50, $70, $80, $100,000 by the end of this year. It says ARK Invest, Kathy Wood, says big upside volatility coming for Bitcoin as on-chain data flashes green for Bitcoin. The idea being, without having to read through it, all of their charts are now indicating that there's going to be volatility, but volatility upward, meaning we've had volatility downward, but now is the time for prices to go back up. And as they're going back up, we're going to see people who are trying to sell their coins. Prices will dip a little bit. People will buy those coins. Prices will go back up. There are going to be people who are going to be calling and saying that Bitcoin has to fall a bit further. Those people will sell their coins off. The prices will dip, and then those coins will be purchased up once again by other whales, and the prices will continue to go higher. Yeah, a lot of optimism floating around the space. I'm not angry at it at all. It says Ethereum bulls keep pushing why Ether could rise steadily. We are, I believe, 2 days away from the time of me making this video from Ethereum merging with their test, like the final testnet activation merge. Like there was something like 3 or 4 days ago. I don't know what name they gave it, but this is like the final testnet after all these years that they've been talking about for a while. And if this one is successful, gosh darn it, then, you know, we will have the actual merge August. So they were saying before. This is why I think we keep seeing these like weird movements down of Ethereum. I think it's being dragged down by Bitcoin myself, but the very strong recovery, because we keep getting very optimistic news from Vitalik Buterin and other people who are fighting with other people on Twitter. I don't have the energy. People keep trying to drag me into fights on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't know. There was oh my gosh, there was some other YouTuber. I think he even stopped making videos. Maybe he got bored. I think 2 years ago, he tried to start a fight with me on Twitter. He like added me. He like, you know, hey, modern investor, blah, blah, you should start. And I was like, I looked at it and the comment section were like, oh, snap. He threw the first swing. And I was like, I'm not going to respond to him. Like, it's Twitter. Like, I have so many other things to do in my life as opposed to get into a fight with this random person who I'm never, ever going to meet. And now people keep, I think it's probably because Vitalik Buterin is just tired of it. People keep like saying things to him, and he responds in a very Vitalik way. If you've never seen Vitalik Buterin talk to someone, it's like lovingly condescending. He has a very specific way to make you feel bad, and this is just what he's been doing. Anyway, this one says Bitcoin and Ethereum gain traction. Cardano and Solana accelerate. Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently up around between 5, 6, 7%, somewhere around there. Cardano's up by 12% right now, and Solana is up by 12% as well. I don't get it. Wasn't Solana just the coin that had another blockchain stop, the 8th one this year, and they had to reset it? How is this coin even remotely close in gains to Cardano, Bitcoin, or Ethereum? It just does not logically make any kind of sense. And also snooping around to see what's happening with the stock market. Yeah, stock futures are also higher because people in the stock market are like, okay, cool. We lost money last week. Now let's begin making money once again, because it looks like the fear of the worst is over. As far as, once again, fear cannot remain in the market forever. What's priced in has already been priced in. And I think a lot of people are hungry. Yeah. So that's the I got robbed. Prices are back up. Stock futures are up. And let's see what happens over the course of the rest of this week. News. Yeah. Let's move on. Get ready for some country bouncing. I'm not sure what took place over the weekend, but this was one of the most popular news stories out there. The Bermudan government is pushing on with its ambitious plans to become a cryptocurrency hub, despite the massive market downturn in 2022. I don't know, whoever wrote this article, please listen to my words, and everyone else out there. I'm not sure why whenever prices go down, everyone thinks that everyone else stops using crypto. That's been such a popular theme for so long, and I think it's even something that it comes from the traditional financial markets. Stocks are down. I can't believe it. These two companies just collapsed. Why are people, what are they doing over there? Why are they still buying stocks? Everyone knows that the market has fallen. Everyone knows that the market at some point is going to go back up. These countries who realize that they stand to make billions of dollars potentially per year from taxation or otherwise, or simply having these people on their land spending their riches, is going to continue to happen. And the best time for those of you who don't know to do this is actually during a market downturn, so you don't get swept up in all of the news of a hypish bullish cycle. You do it when prices are lower so that you actually have the time and the month to build this infrastructure. This was a very popular thing in 2018. There were so many companies who were like, all right, now's the time we're getting into crypto. And all these news articles were like, wait, Fidelity is getting into crypto, but Bitcoin's at $3,000. Why would they be doing that? Prices rise up to $50,000, $60,000 and they go, oh, I wish I had the chance to buy at those lower prices. I don't understand what this mindset is of, I'm in the cryptocurrency space, prices are too low, I'm not buying anything because it doesn't look attractive. Prices start rising, still not buying, prices are way too high for me to afford one of anything, let me start buying now. Oh no, the market has crashed. What is happening? The small island territory, known for its pristine pink sand beaches and attractive taxation policies, has been actively expanding on the crypto sector since 2017, according to the Minister of the Economy. He noted on the 3rd of June that the government remains unfazed by the recent crash caused by the collapse of Terra. Terra did not collapse the market. I promise you, because if that's the case, Solana should be around 14 cents at this point. Terra Luna had nothing to do with any movement. Have people not been paying attention to the world news that's been taking place and the literal near collapse of economic society all around us? What were we just talking about? I think Turkey has a 70% inflation rate. Lebanon's currency has once again collapsed. Like it was already on the floor and someone dug it even deeper. And there was another currency that's also rising, I think, by 40%. Their government was just like, oh, yeah, sorry, we got to print more money. Like they said it openly, as the US dollar is near 10% inflation. Germany just announced a near 9% inflation rate. It had nothing to do with Terra, I promise you. As the market has weathered many storms since 2017, no, since 2011, 2012, there were times when Bitcoin got to you can find the old articles, when Bitcoin went to $100 and fell by, I think, went back to $45. People were like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. The crypto market's just kind of used to it. Speaking with the Wall Street Journal, Hayward pointed to the experience of the economy and local regulators in dealing with foreign bodies as a key factor that will help Bermuda become a crypto hub. He also bullishly stated that the crash will not hamper its plans moving forward. He said, we are aware of the recent devaluation in the price of cryptocurrencies and remain confident that it does not threaten the island's ability to become a crypto hub. I'm glad he has a brain. So this was very popular news. I haven't really figured out why. And I mean so much. We knew that Bermuda and a lot of the island countries had announced already that they were getting into crypto, have been into crypto. A lot of them have 0% taxation rates. Apparently, I don't know what the numbers are, but I think that's kind of what it is. A lot of people have been talking about moving there as a crypto safe haven, what have you. So that's not new news. They announced before that they were going to make a crypto hub island space for rich people to basically go and frolic around with all of their money. Is it because they announced during the market being down that a lot of people are surprised at? I'm not really sure. I only have one tab open because I was like, I'm not putting 15 tabs of the exact same nonsensical news. Like, the market's down, we got that. They still like crypto, we got that. Crypto hub is still going to be happening, cool. Why this was one of the most popular news stories of the day, I haven't figured that out yet. And yeah, weird, right? All right, let's go to the next country. Also in what news? The Bank of Uganda is apparently now, after, 3 weeks, open to the idea of cryptocurrency businesses participating in its regulatory sandbox, inviting members of the Blockchain Association of Uganda, or the BAU, to share their knowledge with the central bank. A letter from the bank, dated the 1st of June, to the chairperson of the BAU, Kwame Rungunda, referred to a meeting between the two parties in early May. The central bank also advised the country's crypto advocacy group to brush up on the sandbox regulations before it made time for further technical discussions. And there's the tweet forward right there. Fantastic. In June 2021, the bank launched a regulatory sandbox framework allowing for financial technology fintech firms to test innovative financial solutions in a controlled environment in the hopes of promoting the uptake of electronic payments and other digital financial services within the country. The recent letter appears to be a U-turn in the Bank of Uganda's approach towards cryptocurrency because these countries keep seeing that more people are using cryptocurrencies that they don't have control over. This is all it has to do with. Never ever be fooled. This isn't even a tinfoil hat moment. This all has to do with monetary control. The idea is all these countries, like, a lot of times we keep getting news about a survey or news about the International Monetary Fund or Chainalysis or the other one, always looking into blockchain activity in a number of different countries around the world, not just within Africa, not just in Latin America. It's all over the place. They look to see exactly what's happening. And there's a massive uptick in countries where people have had their currency consistently devalued over generations, not even just the last 3, 4, 5 years, who are heavily getting into crypto. This is why we keep seeing Jack Dorsey and Hoskinson and a bunch of people aiming heavily for Africa and other places because they see the metrics and that these people are heavily getting into crypto and accumulating as much as possible with or without regulations. Part of the problem for the government and for the central bank is that's not money that they control. And in many cases, it's not money that they can tax. And it gets on their nerves when they realize that no matter how many times that they push out propaganda on their television, through radio, through whatever they're trying to do to tell people not to get into cryptocurrencies, people continue to get into cryptocurrencies because they look at the price of milk, they look at the price of bread, they look at the price of gas and oil and everything around their homes and the price of water, and they go, this is terrible. I need to find a solution. They look on the internet, they find someone else who tells them, or they have a friend who, hey, start getting into crypto. It doesn't have to be a lot. Put 50 cents a day, something really small. And they see the prices go up. They see that they've made money and more people end up getting into the market. It's just how things have been and how they're going to continue to be. So the idea of a regulatory sandbox has nothing to do with a government being like, oh, I don't, should we? No. Put them over there. Maybe they'll do something good. No, they're doing it to look over them, to survey everything that these companies are doing to see if it falls out of the range of what they want them to do. The idea is you should, regardless of how crappy our piece of paper is, you should still be using it. So they and many other countries know that cryptocurrencies are not disappearing anytime soon. They're probably going to be with us forever just because of the amount of integration that we are logically seeing from all the banks, all the institutions, and all the other hedge funds around the world who own crypto. These people are not going to allow crypto to collapse at this point. At least that's how I feel. It's kind of anyway, the entire point being this news is usually thrown around and touted as like something amazing. Isn't it great that the bank finally caught on and they're like, yeah, man, this is what the future's supposed to be. No, they know exactly what's going on. They realize that they are losing power. People aren't using the same old system. And even more so, here's a really crazy way to think about it. Banks don't like poor people. That is something you should never, ever actually forget. And in many cases around the world, a lot of the people who are getting into cryptocurrencies are people who have never had access to an actual bank account. They have access to a smartphone, and now they can download an app that actually gives them money or gives them a way to actually hold money and be part of the economic system. So when banks can't offer that, when banks can't even offer you interest rates, they can't give you anything, and people start going outside of the bank and doing commerce, like buying up stable coins or using stable coins or being paid in stable coins that have nothing to do with the local currency, this annoys banks, this annoys governments, and this is why they're all screaming regulations, and why I still think that entire Terra Luna collapse thing was really weird, because the moment after that, all these banks were talking about, oh, now we're definitely going to be coming out with the central bank digital currency and how bad stable coins were, and all stable coins need to be destroyed, deleted, gotten rid of, and people should only be using their coins. Something's not right with all of that, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. So yeah, this was also very popular news. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a very slow weekend. I haven't exactly figured it out, but I don't think that they've done any U-turns. I don't think that they've, had an epiphany and been like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin is for the people. No, in a lot of these cases, I'm pretty sure that people within the bank or people next to the bank or close to the bank or people in parliament own huge amounts of crypto and have been buying up cryptocurrencies for a very long time, because that's just how corruption works. And they tell other people not to get into the cryptocurrency space until they've had enough, and then until they are full. And at that point, they begin to tell other people around their country, hey, you can get into it now, but only through us. We have banks who are now buying and holding and custodying it. That's where you can do it, because once again, they want to know exactly where all these transactions are going. It's very transparent what they do, but it's always under the illusion of it's for the people. Let's help out our citizens. And yeah, it's very annoying to see it all the time over and over, that people keep thinking that this is like there's, I don't know which website keeps doing it. And it's constant. It's many of them. They keep talking about the Chinese central bank digital currency as like a really good thing, and I'm sure they're being paid off in some sort of way, because they keep writing articles where they're like, oh, the government's about to airdrop about $5 million on its citizens. This is great for crypto adoption. It's like, no, it's not. They're doing it because these people are forced to use it. I'm sure there's been some sort of resistance behind the scenes that we are just not seeing. You can ease out that resistance quite easily by giving everyone $5,000. You can't pay your rent. You're struggling because we made prices too high. Here's some free money. And you begin to tell your other friends, you should sign up for this thing as well. Look how much money I just made. That's how to ease people into something that they don't want to use. It's all very, very simple. It's a very simple equation. Anyway, that's the Ugandan central bank news. Let's move on. Also in popular news, I don't know what happened this weekend. Leading shopping mall operator Majid Futtaim has partnered with Binance to accept cryptocurrencies at its mall and other properties. Majid Futtaim is one of the most prestigious businesses in the Middle East and has millions of customers every year. This is the fanciest mall I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That looks like a museum almost. A leading operator of shopping malls, hotels, cinemas, hypermarkets. What is a hypermarket? Do you buy hyper things there? Is it like more exciting when you go inside? I'm asking seriously, because I had never heard of a hypermarket. And retail stores in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia announced its partnership with Binance last week. The two companies will cooperate on a number of crypto and blockchain projects. First, Binance Pay will be integrated to allow millions of customers to pay with cryptocurrencies. Majid Futtaim's various destinations in line with appropriate laws and regulations. Binance Pay currently supports more than 40 cryptocurrencies, according to Binance's website. And Changpeng Cao said 29 shopping malls, 13 hotels, and 4 mixed-use communities now accept crypto through Binance Pay. Adoption continues. Cool, wonderful, that's amazing. I assume this all has to do with Binance announcing multiple times the last 2 weeks that they've been receiving a lot of regulatory paperwork in the UAE and in the Middle East. So I guess it does coincide with the fact that they were probably in discussions with these companies and with these malls and with these whatever for the past 2 years. They didn't have the paperwork. They decided to file for the paperwork. They just got the paperwork. And now we have a partnership. That's usually how it ends up working. I always wonder behind the scenes, like what other conversations are having, because, you know, it's not, this isn't the only place that Binance is having a conversation with to have a partnership. And usually in most cases, I even wonder exactly how deep the partnership actually goes, because it has to be hyper mutually beneficial for everyone. It's not simply, oh, you are Binance and you hold crypto. We would also like to accept crypto. No. It probably has to be something like, we want to own 3% of Binance, or we want to own a portion of the money that your stablecoin gets. We will buy into your stablecoin to make your ecosystem, you know, more better, secure, or whatever. It's always something. It's always something a lot larger than we see behind the scenes. This is the news that we end up getting. It always trickles down to this, like, oh, I can buy my Pop-Tarts with some Bitcoin now. But, you know, behind the scenes, these companies, Binance is one of the largest companies in the world. It's not as simple as being like, oh, I love malls, so we've partnered with the mall so that you can buy your shoes in Dogecoin. Isn't that amazing? It's always something bigger. We're going to keep getting Dubai news from or about Binance because we will never know. We will never know the amount of money that's really flowing into these ecosystems, because it's way larger than is actually shown to us. Yeah, that's the Dubai hotels and shopping malls accepting Binance Pay crypto fancy mall news. All right, let's move on. Also this is like everyday news now. It's getting a little weird. Brazilian football club Sao Paulo FC now accepts Shiba Inu and cryptocurrencies as payment for tickets. Sao Paulo, a professional football club dating back to 1930, announced its acceptance of cryptocurrencies through its official sponsor and partner Bitso. According to the tweet of its members' fan page, members of the Sao Paulo's Torcedo program can now buy tickets for their team's matches using cryptocurrencies, including Shiba Inu. Got it. Here's a tweet for it right here. Once again, remember we were talking about this a couple days ago. The really weird thing where nearly every single gosh darn day, there's a brand new company, there's a brand new something around the world who is announcing that they are now accepting cryptocurrency payments. But they keep always only announcing Shiba Inu. Like, I'm certain that I just read they will be accepting Shiba Inu and other cryptocurrencies through their partnership with Bitso. And the news constantly is, like, it literally even says, you can use SHIB token to purchase soccer tickets at Sao Paulo FC through Bitso, #SHIB Army. It's always just Shiba Inu that's being announced. I know the coin's popular. I get it. But once again, an ecosystem kind of thing. How much money is flowing behind the scenes into this coin that we just aren't paying attention to, that we just don't realize? Because there's so much constant Shiba Inu news and Shiba Inu acceptance and Shiba Inu payments. And what was the other? There was another team 5 days ago who also announced, was it a basketball team? That they're also accepting crypto. Like it was phrased like, we are very proud to announce that we are going to be accepting cryptocurrencies and Shiba Inu as a payment method. And it's like, you said crypto kind of quietly there. What are the other coins that you're accepting? Because it's just not Shiba Inu. Anyway, that's the Brazilian football club accepting Shiba Inu news. And if you can believe it, the other popular news story of the day, it says Ethereum whales keep growing their holdings of Shiba Inu. I really wonder, like, what is going on. So as someone who goes over the news every single day, here's what it looks like to me from the inside looking inside. It looks like, has Shiba Inu overtaken Dogecoin in terms of popularity? Because it's constantly in the news every single day. There are many days. There are every days. That's right. Where there's Shiba Inu news, and a lot of days I just simply don't put it into a video because I'm like, it seems redundant to have it every single day. Have I missed something along the way that we no longer hear about Dogecoin? There was an article last week. It must have been on Thursday or Friday. It was about that apparently Elon Musk said something on Twitter, like one of his normal hypey things for Dogecoin. I think it went up by 3%, and then it was back down to where it was an hour later. And then the other articles were like, oh, does he not have the same musky feelings anymore? Or is his power simply not there? Because I don't really see Dogecoin anymore. Everyone's just talking about like hyper accumulating Shiba Inu. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's something, because I'll start showing all of you quite oftenly, not a word. Is oftenly a word? He oftenly went to the store. I don't think so. Just how much Shiba Inu news that there actually is. Really weird feeling that this coin is going to hit like 4 cents and everyone's going to start like piling into it. I just have a really weird feeling. Yeah, but even the Shiba Inu burn news is also like across multiple websites every single day, talking about how many coins are being burned, have been burned, how many are going to be burned in the future, and other stuff like that. So yeah, that's all the Shiba Inu news. It's weird, right? It's just so much Shiba Inu stuff. I mean, I know it's popular, but Dogecoin was like the Shiba Inu last year. So, all right, I'm going to shut up now. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and Let's Move On, Empire Queen, Roman Geba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave Tony, Ambroski, The Dealers, Den Captain Something in the Z, Waylay, Mobarazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Lay, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Patrick Noster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima, Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monks, Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger and Macha Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle, URL. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, who has left a comment, or who has subscribed. What did I have to say? There was something else there. It's gone now. That's really weird. I hate having like a thought. I said a word and it evaporated. That's terrible. Bitcoin is currently up by 5.64%. It is at 31,400. Ethereum is up by 5.9%. It is a couple of cents away from $1,900. Binance Coin is up by 4. Cardano is up by 13%. Solana is up by 12. I prithee why? I do not understand. Polkadot is up by 5%. Tron is up by 4. Avalanche is up by 9 percentile points. Polygon is up by 9. Kronos is up by 4, Litecoin is up by 4, Near Protocol is up by 5, Uniswap is up by 6%, Chainlink is up by 8.5 percentile points. Ethereum Classic is up by 6%. Not doing too bad. Algorand is up by 7. VeChain is up by... What happened to VeChain Thor? Is that something different? Because I can only see the word VeChain now, and I remember seeing VeChain Thor all over the place. Is up by 6%. Decentraland is up by 7 percentile points as well. Tezos is up by 11. ApeCoin is up by 4%. Sandbox is up by 6%. Filecoin is up by 5. Anything else crazy? Theta Network is up by 13. Axie Infinity is up by 6%. And Helium, Helium is up by 11 percentile points. Cool. Yeah, the market's trying to recover. Don't hold your breath. When we get to like a $34,000 Bitcoin, that's when you can put your optimism hats back on. I still think we're trading in like a really weird range right now, but you know, I do hope that you all had a great weekend. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.